Slides earlier, right? There will be a repeat because I joined a little late. I'm not sure. Construction slides has Madan already shown or is it pending?
Madan has shown the two projects,
Huh.
Bangalore and Hyderabad, this Argan.
Okay. Okay, I'll show the rest. So we believe that excellence is a journey that one has to undertake for any kind of a product. It is a product being used for the economy segment or the ultra rich segment. And to take that path of excellence for a right positioning, you need a product market fit. So with that mindset that we approach bamboo, we looked at how do we create a value for money proposition for our customer. And if there's a value for money proposition, then only there will be a demand, and then only there will be an ecosystem which you can set. So with that approach, we started the company. We are basically a for-profit, purpose-led organization with a mission to replace wood, concrete, steel, plastic, any unsustainable material in all its forms, starting with construction, furniture, and the like. That's who we are, and we measure our impact using 5 SDGs. The best aspect that you see on the screen is as we build or as we use, we also sequester carbon. So you can see that we have been able to sequester 2,500 tons of CO2 in the work that we have done. So it's useful for the planet. It's useful for the people. When we talk of construction, particularly the green building certification, there are three green building certification systems in the country. They predominantly talk of reduction of operational carbon. I am on the governance board of India Green Building Council, and happy to share that we are also now creating a system for certification to look at construction being done net zero. So far the rating for net zero water already done, energy done, and now attempting carbon. So the elephant in the room as far as the construction is concerned is the embodied carbon, which in no rating system actually is acknowledged. That is a bigger impact when you talk of a structure. By using bamboo, you are able to negate this embodied carbon and not only bring it zero, but make it climate positive. So you can actually reverse the way the construction is perceived in terms of its environmental impact. So that's the big advantage of considering to use a natural material like bamboo. So I think Madan might have touched upon the benefits of bamboo. I will come to straight away the structures this Madan has already shown, I believe. There are some, when people ask what is the cost of a bamboo structure, I say it can range anywhere between 2,000 rupees a square feet to 10,000 rupees a square feet. So why this big variation? You don't get that kind of a big variation in when you say concrete structure or a steel structure. Then why so much of a variation when it comes to a bamboo structure? So fundamentally, what happens when you create a bamboo structure, you tend to go a little overboard in terms of design and aesthetics. Why that is because the possibilities of doing structure in bamboo are far more of variety than other similar kind of a material. So the designers tend to give that wow factor or that exclusivity. And in the process of doing so, if you look at a cost per square feet or a cost per square meter, you'll find the consumption of the material and predominantly the workmanship involved is extremely high. So in terms of man days required of it. So that's why very difficult to tell what is the cost of a bamboo structure till you actually engineer it, design and engineer it. What I'm showing you are some examples of the varieties of structures that we have done, just to give you a sense of what has been possible. using Indian bamboo and the technologies that we have created so far. So this is a research and training center where about 1 lakh square feet, where bamboo and ramrod, two materials have been used. So you see large spans here, 47 square feet, spans, ground plus one structures, large trusses, etc. being used. You see a combination of ramrod and bamboo here. So that has also been possible. This is like a semi-industrialized method of working on bamboo. So you are able to get the scale, the speed in which it can be built. In terms of the wow factor or the uniqueness of it, this example of the work that we did at Waldorf Astoria stands apart because it has been rated as one of the most beautiful waterfront restaurants in the world by CNN UK and Forbes Asia. The aesthetics of it are quite superior. Not very common, it's quite uncommon. This has been done about 6-7 years back. The same resort, then we designed and engineered a restaurant, a Japanese restaurant called Zuma, brand name Zuma. Yeah. Again, this is in the middle of the water, designed for 60 meter per second, super cyclonic wind conditions, etc. Now here there are arches which hold the entire structure, and it is essentially a little bit of a hybrid structure where you see the columns are made from steel, cladded with bamboo, and the entire roofing system, arch in the entire roof is done using bamboo. As we move forward, you see different kind of structures. This I think Madan has shared, I believe. So simple like a good design. An example of a good design, I would say, a parametric design, which gives you a shape but essentially uses straight bamboo in a different form. It's a coffee deck for a resort being done in Kurg, and then for the same project, you can see different sizes and levels of structures that have been built using bamboo. From restaurants to coffee deck to, lobbies, etc. This is one of the other unique structures where you see the ability of bamboo to be bent as a structural material and converted into an arch. They are parabolic arches, on which the entire structure stands, touching each other like a pack of cards, a house of cards that we build using a pack of cards. So it's a good engineering example as well as good architectural example as to the kind of shape and flow that bamboo can create. Even this structure has got three awards in the country and has upmarketed this particular resort, which is based in Rishikesh. There's a combination of two materials as you see, the use of eucalyptus, farm-grown eucalyptus and bamboo to create ground plus one air-conditioned structures. The strength of eucalyptus being higher than that of bamboo, when you take mass by weight ratio, has been used as columns and the other elements of structural design are bamboo. This Sanjeev, my colleague, has already shown you bamboo being used for interiors. This is an example of bamboo only used as false ceiling. In a resort in Qatar called Maisan. Maisan is the Hilton Group. This is the same place where the players after FIFA tournaments stayed. It's a boutique luxury resort at Aspire grounds. So everything is a monotone design. It's a ceiling that has a play. The drama is where is created the ceiling, where we have created 32 different patterns of bamboo ceiling to give that effect. A very small diameter bamboo between 1 centimeter to 2 centimeters. So I just showed you examples of natural materials predominantly bamboo being used to be used in construction, and these examples of furniture my colleague Sanjeev has already shared. Then when you look at landscape elements, you don't need to have an eco-friendly resort to have a good landscape element made from natural materials. And these pictures are few slides which explain, a simple gazebo or a bar counter. This is one unique example that we are doing for a food court in a place called Ashoka University at Sonipat. There are 5 such leaves being done. Very different kind of a design being attempted. The entry gate for a Eco Park at Odisha, small elements used in construction of a restaurant interior and the like, privacy screens and the like. So it has multiple uses, I always say that the possibilities of using bamboo are limited to one's imagination. This is how much you can imagine. Probably, the material can live up to it. If you understand the material and its limitations. One upcoming restaurant that we are building in Goa on a CRZ. So also the wetland and CRZ are areas where you can only build temporary structures, and bamboo theoretically is still rated as a temporary material, although it has very long life. So it has applications in those kind of zones in a luxury offering. There is a wetland in Calcutta where we are doing this different bamboo structures from convention center, convention centers to restaurants to luxury cottages in the water to ground plus one structures, etc. So just a portfolio of different kind of structures that we are doing to give a sense of the kind of work we do. I'll stop here. Any questions, please let me know.
Kunalji. Hello, Kunalji.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kunalji, one of the discouraging thing about engineered bamboo is the amount of adhesives, chemical adhesives that are going into it. But I was thinking guar gum, which is used extensively in fracking. Fracking, they put pipes 2-3 kilometers underground, and there they are using in a big way guar gum. And some of you might know that guar gum that was exported from Rajasthan was a very premium product that was used in the gas industry. So can we use those kind of natural adhesives in engineered bamboo? And of course, in the pole-based constructions, you need to have humongous amounts of human skill, manpower. That's one thing. Unless we really step up on that front, it's not going to take off. But so we should think both in terms of popularizing the engineered bamboo as well as the pole-based construction, depending on the situation.
Yeah, I think you're right. There is a huge scope in that area. I have used guar gum extensively when I was the head of sustainability for the city of Lavasa, and we introduced the technique called hydroseeding in the country. So that the binding material that we used was guar gum. It was a cheap material then and a commodity now, and the price is fantastic, gone over the roof. The example you gave, however, is incorrect. As the binding material, when you use bamboo so far, and I believe you are speaking in the context of engineered bamboo, am I right? Or reconstructed bamboo. Reconstructed bamboo is basically pure adhesive, chemical-based adhesive, and sometimes they also use formaldehyde adhesive. So that's why I'm not a fan of any engineered material, predominantly because of the use of adhesive, which many times is as high as 18% to about 28% of the entire mass. So, and hence I'm not a very big fan of any engineered or reconstructed product. But yes, I believe there is a scope, and natural adhesives are the future, and if there is a appetite and knowledge, definitely work to be done more on that. And you are right that if you are able to do engineered structures more, the level of skill required in its usage, particularly from construction point of view, will be greatly reduced. So yes, I agree with you. Happy to explore more if you have an inclination towards it. It's an area of my interest also.
Sanjeev ji and Krunal ji, thank you very much for enlightening us about the different structures made out of bamboo. I have a couple of questions. So first thing is, inspired by all your presentations, we want to visit your the outlet, like that is structures. So will you permit us if we write officially from our university? That is the first question.
Yeah, of course, one of the best examples is Organo itself.
Yeah.
You know, and you should be proud, that Organo even till today stands to be the largest standalone structure in the country.
Okay.
As a standalone structure, it still is the largest.
Okay.
And so, you already, I believe you are at the location.
Yes,
And
yes.
you are within that area itself. Am I right?
No, that is okay. This is fine. But we want to visit your company also to have more and better ideas so that we can do
Yeah.
better research. That is one thing. Kindly share your email ID and phone number so that we contact you officially from our university and we'll try to visit. That is first thing. And second thing is, in one of the slides you have shown that the combination of eucalyptus and bamboo. So in what
Yeah.
way that eucalyptus is superior to bamboo, or combination is superior to bamboo?
So what happens? The density of the material defines the kind of a compressive strength that it has. Correct? Now, bamboo is a hollow material
Okay.
and interconnected. The fibers are interconnected by a diaphragm. The wall thickness, of course, is tapering. You'll find bamboo almost nearly solid at the bottom, and as you go up, it will become more and more hollow. When you take the ratio between the gap and the wall thickness, it will keep on increasing as you go towards the top. So when you want the section not to be very large, mainly from the point of view of it becoming a visual barrier, then it makes sense to have a material which has higher density, and eucalyptus fitted that particular requirement. And we already did one big structure in Qatar using eucalyptus.
Okay.
And felt confident about, because there's no empirical data on eucalyptus in terms of its use in construction. So the real life structure that we did gave us more confidence, and we had more data, and we then attempted to design and build this structure that you are referring to.
Yeah, that's a very...
So now, of course, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. So it is really noteworthy to note that eucalyptus has that kind of qualities. Otherwise, people feel that eucalyptus cultivation exhausts the groundwater and releases the allelochemicals and affect the soil fertility. So if this kind of use is there, then definitely there will be a lot of scope for eucalyptus cultivation. And I want to expand the question. Like eucalyptus, do you have any other tree species which are highly suitable to be used in combination with the bamboo? Like Malabar neem is one choice, and teak has another choice. Mahogany is there. So do you have any other tree species as a choice for use in along with the bamboo for construction purpose?
So, eucalyptus, let us understand. Eucalyptus again is one of the renewable plant species, and the eucalyptus we selected comes from a farm. It's not a forest product, it's a farm product. Now, they grow the eucalyptus there predominantly for use as pulp for making of a paper, it's a paper-based industry.
Yes.
In that kind of farms, sometimes, and these eucalyptus are harvested every 2 years, 3 years, 4 years,
Yes.
depending upon the species. There are 36 varieties of eucalyptus, as I understand. Some of them have been genetically also modified to give a particular kind of a density, predominantly from the point of its use in paper industry. So a farm-based eucalyptus, which is harvested once in, let's say, 7 years or 8 years, may only be the suitable for the kind of application that I'm talking of.
Okay.
So that makes the sourcing of the material extremely not difficult but challenging. I think any other wood would, but again, the reason why bamboo is being considered and not wood or tree is because it has a ability to grow by itself and not having to plant it.
Okay.
The second best was found to be eucalyptus. And that's why it was used. You understand the difference?
Yes.
So it's an aspect is the nature, the renewable nature of the material.
Yeah. So
Hence, not a Barmatic, etc.,
Yes.
where you may go for an FSC certification and other things. But we all know that in reality, what you see certification on paper and what is actually done on the ground are two different things, right?
yeah.
So, if you have a control on the point of harvest and you are sure about its ability to replenish itself, then any other material can be tested and done.
Yeah. One last question. Do you find any difference in the quality of construction material with regard to organically grown bamboo or inorganically grown bamboo? Do you have any rider like that? This kind of bamboo is good for construction and not good for construction. So that
What do you mean by inorganically grown? You mean not having organic pesticide? Is it?
yes. So organically means through organic farming or natural farming, bamboo can be grown because see, leaf litter is also a big source of nutrition. And inorganically means we'll put a lot of fertilizer like urea, DAP, SSP, MOP, whatever we want. We can use chemicals also for pest disease control. Do you have any riders like that? Organic or inorganic only should be used, or both are equally good?
See, I mean, personally, as a person, I was part of Lavasa Sustainability. We went for 12,500 acres of land to be organic, not only in application but also in certification. So everything that we grew over there was organically certified. Managed to eco-restore a place as large as 12,000 acres, or to be very concise, 5,500 acres, which was the first two phases, in a period of, I would say, 8 years to 10 years, which itself appears to be magical. But it's all organic. There's no chemical pesticide at all used. So I don't see any great advantage of looking at inorganic material. And it's a very interesting question because I never come across differentiation between an organically grown bamboo and an inorganically grown bamboo so far.
Okay.
Any other species that I've seen, I don't see any upper hand of inorganically grown material over a period of time. You may find short-term advantage, but when the organic conversion has actually happened, your NPK ratio is taken care of well, and you are giving adequate water, I'm saying not more, not less, adequate water, understanding the season, and you have a right species combination to give a 2-tier or 3-tier system as the region dictates, then any time the organic produce will give you a better quality, better yield than inorganic. This is my first-hand experience. I am happy to be debated or contested upon, but this is my first-hand experience of looking at this kind of an ecosystem for 12 years.
Yeah.
Spread over 12,500 acres of land.
Right. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Sir, you have treatment plants in your state only. Is there any other treatment plant in other states also, like Telangana, or any proposals to have treatment plants in other states?
Yeah, always open to it. We are currently looking at setting up a plant in Guwahati. Currently, we have our associate company as a treatment plant in Gujarat. We have our treatment plant here. Like Sanjeev mentioned, we also have one more in Latur, again our associate. We have 3-4 treatment plants, yes. It's open to new considerations.
Yeah. Kunalji, why can't we convince the construction industry and the government as part of the National Horticulture Mission or National Bamboo Mission, and then ask them to put 1 or 2 such treatment plants in every district in the country, and then we'll start growing. People. So the problem is, unless you have the treatment plant, there's not much of a use for the grown bamboo, and you don't put treatment plant unless you have the source material. So it has to start somewhere, and the government has the wherewithal to do it. So can't we really convince and then ask them to start putting these plants, at least in a few districts in every state to start with, and then mainstream it, put it everywhere.
Sir, you'll be surprised that already National Bamboo Mission, in my opinion, the figure might be slightly incorrect. At least they put up 24 of such plants in the country. And I believe probably only 3 or 4 of them are actually working. So I think I'm definitely saying there are possibility for government to take more effort and do it. But it is also about, it's not the only factor which is the impediment. Believe me, trust me. If you have a right mindset, then you will find a way of making things happen, and these kind of government incentives or aspects will be secondary for you. But I think there are many plants which are just lying defunct or not being used to proper because of lack of many things. Lack of knowledge, lack of ecosystem, lack of demand. Many factors contribute to it. There's not one factor. But there are quite a lot of plants in the country sponsored by National Bamboo Mission, but unutilized.
Sanjeev ji, are you there?
Yes, please.
Yeah, Sanjay ji, can you please elaborate a little bit on Ratan Tata's role in getting this materialized? What was Ratan Tata's role in the whole thing?
So by qualification, Ratan Tata was an architect, and for his last year's architecture project was bamboo in 1959 in Cornell. So he has definitely has love for bamboo. Ratan Tata ji helped us to do R&D in strip board, as well as he was a project management agency for a project done for Government of Maharashtra, which we have constructed. So it's a 1 lakh square feet of a complete campus in bamboo. So he was having an interest in bamboo, but and he always tried to help for organized inauguration also. Ratan Tata ji specialist and his representative, and he has always shown interest for bamboo.
Excuse me, please. Yeah, I think somebody is.
ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ನೀನು 11 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಬಂದಂತ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬರ್ಬೇಕಾ 12 ಗಂಟೆವರೆಗೆ ಮನೇಲಿ ಇದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬರ್ಬೇಕಾ
Hello, can
ಏನ್
somebody?
ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ ನಿನಗೆ ನೀನು
Hello.
ನೀನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದು ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು 12 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ.
Javid, can you mute them? Can you mute all and then open it, give access to Sanjeev ji? Yeah, then unmute for Sanjeev ji.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Sanjeev ji, I think you're ready to go.
Hello.
Sanjeev ji, can't you hear?
So, no, we had a good support from Mr. Ratan Tata ji for the overall bamboo development which we did.
Yeah. So,
To Tata helped us.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I think, a big thank you for Kunal and Sanjeev ji for joining us and sparing their valuable time. The audio was slightly, there's a jarring sound. We wish you were here personally. That would have been such a great experience. I think Purushottamji, the retired forest officer, he has something to clarify upon, and after that we'll break for lunch and then we'll reassemble, and any interested can again join on Zoom, and but most of it's going to be personal. And Sanjeev ji, Pasha Patel ji से एक बार निवेदन करिए that we'll have him after lunch. If you can inform him, then we'll connect to him after lunch. Yeah, and
Sir, one small last question. In Maharashtra, you have developed a very good network of this bamboo farming and also bamboo industries. It's like a integrated management, starting from nursery to raising to conversion to construction. All the activities in a systematic and like a roadmap you have done well for the last few years. So here in Telangana, it is it's just started. We lack the nursery stock. First thing, we lack the farming. Next steps, industries and treatment of it. So, what is your suggestion to start with this species, Stocksai or Tulda, Balkova, and how you started? What is the secret of your success story? Briefly, please tell us.
We selected a species called Dendrocolpus toxi because we have only 3 species in our district at that point of time. That's why we selected best among the 3. But in India we have 136 species and we need to select best among that 136. Government of India come up with a list of 18 species of commercial importance, and in that Stocksai is not there. So if you want to start, you can select one of that 18, few of that selected 18 species. So Tulda, Balkova, Nudans are the species which can be selected and started.
Can we have such nurseries in our area by your people, your experts, please?
Pardon?
Excuse me, just let me interrupt a little. In the meeting that we had at the horticulture department, it is about 8 species have already been identified, which includes what you mentioned. They are now being grown by horticulture department, and they'll probably make the mother plant material available to the entrepreneurs in a shorter time now. I just wanted to add that. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Can you say the species which are used for plywood? You have shown the slides, right, in the Parliament House, and
The species which I have shown is Brandisi, Dendrocolpus brandisi, but species like Latiflorus, Gigantus can be used. Asper also can be used.
in India, which species is available, sir?
These are Indian species.
Okay, and also you said you have imported this wood, bamboo plywood from China, no, sir? Which species are they using?
They are using Moso.
So it is commercially viable, sir, for them.
Commercially viable means we need to create a culture that people start using this. If you want bamboo board in the price of plywood, you will not get it. If you want to buy a cotton shirt, you need to pay twice the amount of terracotta shirt. Then only you will get cotton shirt. People expect I want cotton shirt in a terracotta shirt rate, you will not get it. bamboo board is altogether different material. Its property is better than Burma tea. So you have to compare our price with Burma tea, not with the plywood. If we compare our price with Burma tea, it's half of the Burma tea. But if you want to compare it with the plywood, it is 10 times more than plywood.
Is there any factory in India, sir, which is using bamboo and making plywood from bamboo?
There are 13 factories set up in India. Out of that, 11 is already closed. 2 factories right now working. One is at Tripura and one in Assam.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I think.
Problem is the mindset of the people. People don't want to buy this material at this price. They want cheaper than plywood, and you cannot have bamboo board cheaper than.
So, yeah, I think we'll break for lunch now, and I'm sure many of you are hungry and